you guys doing?
Good
We're
evening.
doing great. Good evening. How are you?
Doing well.
Good.
How's
Good.
everybody?
Hello.
So thank you so much for making time for this short interview. We hope to bless our congregation by hearing stories about our homeless outreach ministry. So I'd like to start with a question for Kevin. So Kevin, can you share with our congregation about our outreach to our homeless neighbors?
Yes. For about 35 years, there's the once a month on the second Sunday community dinner where we invite people in to come and hear a sermon and a meal, which is not unusual. But what is unusual is that we have people who come, like myself, and will sit down at the table and interact with our guests. Some of them no longer homeless, but they come back just because they've built a sense of community. We have a great chance to interact after the sermon, and if someone has questions, we can answer the questions, and it's a good way to be a Christian witness and to tell people about Jesus and make them feel welcome. One of the things that about 31 years ago started following the community dinner is Fellowship Bible Study. Now that meets on the first, the third, the fourth, and fifth Sundays at 4 o'clock in the catacombs. We sing hymns, we have a Bible study, and then we also have a meal together. It's great fellowship, and if people have questions, then they can ask them. We also, for about the last 18 years, have a Friday night fellowship Bible study that meets in West Philadelphia. And again, it's a chance to sit down with people and talk to them and share the gospel and listen. People have questions, they can. This is fairly unusual because a lot of times in different churches, people preach at them and then they go. Here we eat, preach, study the Bible, and listen. So that's pretty much it.
Thank you so much, Kevin. Now, Carlos, could you share with us about your experience preaching at the community luncheon?
So the purpose of preaching is basically twofold. You want to first honor Christ, then you want to bless the flock, bless the audience. But what makes it unique for me is we quote unquote minister to the homeless. I've always considered myself one of them because I come from a background such as they do, been in the streets, lived in a shelter, been homeless, so I've always considered myself one of them. I'm talking to people similar to myself.
Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing. Okay, so would you like to share with us about how we have continued to do ministry this day during this stay-at-home order?
Yes. We've just been really spending quite a bit of time outdoors, me, Kevin, and myself, being outdoors, meeting with people, which is where I am now. So as you can see, we're
That's a
sitting in the
beautiful
park. It's beautiful, yeah. And so this is one of my favorite spots. I love being outdoors, and I love meeting people, and it's just been really good. I'm down here pretty much a couple of days a week, and just talking with people, sharing the gospel, giving them Bible tracts, letting them know that we're thinking of you, we're caring for you. How are you guys doing? Are you okay? And also fill them in on some locations where they can go and get food. So it's just been really phenomenal, and just talking with a few of them from a distance with my mask on, and just encouraging them, inviting them out for our dinner, our luncheon that we have at 17th and Spruce that we just started on Mother's Day. And so people have been really excited about that. And so we were really only, Kevin and I was really only expecting maybe about 16, 17 people. And to be honest, we weren't really expecting that many. And because we didn't really see as many people, even though I was looking. So when I got down to 10th last Sunday, I just could not believe I actually counted about 18 people when I first got there. And then it just kept increasing, increasing, increasing. So the last count that I did was pretty much close to about 26, 28 people. that actually showed up. So that was just really phenomenal. We just really enjoy that time. And then afterwards, Kevin and I just kind of left. So we just really enjoy just being with folks, praying on people, just letting them know that we're praying for them, we care for them, we love them, and continue to pray that we will get back to our Bible study on Sunday afternoon. And that's it.
Thank you. One of the
Claire,
things that we've been doing these days is getting together on Fridays to pray for the ministry and for those that come to our ministries and their needs. So, Rudy, could you share with our congregation what are some of the prayer requests, also about the needs of our neighbors?
Yeah, sure. So, as Kevin and Sunlight mentioned, that on the fellowship Bible studies, community lunches, and when they're out and about visiting people, we're sharing the gospel. And I would make that our first prayer request, that God would guide us and empower us to be able to share clearly, and that God would work in the hearts of those who come, so that they would be saved, and that they would, so I find it, a blessing to be sitting down at the table with them week by week. It's fun to get to know them and to be able to try to share personally, and reach their particular situation with the gospel. So prayer for that. Second would be for love, for Christ's love, that we would be able to show them by our actions and our words, his love for them and our love for them. That we would give ourselves and not just, motions and works, but that we would pour ourselves into our work for them. Specifically, one area that we could pray that they would see our love is that they would join us in the service. They sometimes they do, rarely though. Some of them will stay downstairs. So pray that they would come up and join the regular worship service. And then third, pray that God would grow the ministry, that we'd have more guests, more of our neighbors come. The numbers have been bigger in years past, and that's not important, other than we'd like to be able to reach more people. So pray that the ministry would grow. And if you're looking for a way to help, there's plenty of places to do so. Preparing meals, sitting, as Kevin mentioned, talking with the guests at the community lunch once a month, leading a Bible study maybe. So just talk with Enrique if you're looking for somewhere to help.
Well, thank you so much, and first of all, thank you for your service for the ministry. God bless you. Have a good day.
Thanks, you too.